How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's kind of early in the morning, but I'm going to grab some of my fishing stuff because I'm doing a little video here today where I'm going to be doing my whole fishing arsenal for this year, showing all my stuff, which is kind of a cool idea. I always see people doing it, so I figured I'm going to do one for myself today, but I have some of my fishing gear over here I have to grab first. But yeah, I think I'm only going to do the stuff that I'm actually using this year, so not like catfish stuff and rods that I'm not going to be using, obviously. So I got to go grab all my bass fishing gear, and I only got like 3 rods that I'm using this year, so shouldn't be too much. But I'm going to show all my rods and reels, and I guess I'm also going to show all the baits that I'm using. So yeah, just give me 1 second. Well, I'm back in my makeshift little filming studio here, and I got my 3 rods and reels, got my gear here on my terminal tackle, my boxes with baits in them. I'll show you all that stuff too. I figured I might as well. And before this video starts, I would have my tackle bag, but it's not here yet. I ordered it yesterday. Guggen Squad had a big sale on all their stuff, so I needed a new tackle backpack. I picked one up, and it's not here yet, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I guess let's go ahead and get into the rods and reels. So I'm kind of limited this year on rods and reels, but first reel we got here is the spinning reel. It's the Abu Garcia Black Max. Pretty good spinning reel. I've had it for 1 or 2 seasons now. It's never gave up on me. Always been a good rod and reel. Hasn't broke yet, obviously, so can't be that bad. But yeah, it's a good rod and reel. It's definitely serves its purpose, as you could imagine. So yeah, nothing special there with the Abu Garcia Black Max, but definitely a good reel. I'd recommend it. I don't know how much it costed, but it wasn't a lot, so definitely a good reel. All right, next we got another Abu Garcia reel. This time the Revo X. I got that on a Johnny Morse Carbon Light 2.0. I really like these Johnny Morse Carbon Light 2.0 rods. I actually have another one over there that doesn't have a reel on it yet, but it's a really good rod, and I'd definitely recommend the rod if you can find it on sale. But the reel too. The reel is pretty good. I've also enjoyed this Abu Garcia Revo X. It's been good. I don't think I've ever backlashed with it. Like if you can get this thing honed in with the settings, it's pretty lethal. But haven't got to use this as much as I'd like to because I've been using the Johnny Morse Carbon Light 2.0 reel on the, or I guess that's not what it's called, but I've been using the reel that goes with this rod on my Guggen Squad rod a lot. But I'll go ahead and show you that one next because that's the 3rd and final rod this year. All right, the 3rd and final rod and reel in the arsenal is the Guggen Squad Gold Series with the Johnny Morse Carbon Light 2.0 reel. Definitely a good reel, good rod. The reel is very nice. It's just like the Johnny Morse Carbon Light 2.0 rod. It's an extremely nice reel. I mean, I've never really had a complaint with it. The grips are amazing. Doesn't backlash a lot. You can really get this thing honed in for whatever you need. So definitely a good reel. Now moving on to the rod, because Guggen Squad gets a lot of flack for their products, I found, and some of it is deservedly so. This rod's not bad. It's not the best rod ever. I prefer my Johnny Morse Carbon Light 2.0, but it's a good rod. It'll get the job done. And yeah, it's definitely one of the rods that I definitely prefer using when I go out. That's why it's one of the 3 setups that I'll be using a lot this year. But definitely a good rod and reel, and it's super light. It's super durable, so I've definitely enjoyed using it so far, and yeah, no complaints. All right, and next we got the Tactics box, which has all my terminal tackle in it. This side has all my catfish, panfish, any other kind of terminal tackle, not considering bass fishing. This side has my bass fishing stuff in it. All my hooks, my weights, my jig heads, anything I would need for bass fishing, terminal tackle wise, right here. All right, and here's my spinnerbait box. I found that spinnerbaits are really awkwardly shaped, so they're hard to fit into a normal box. So got this little trocar thing that had hooks in it, so decided I'd throw my spinnerbaits in there. I got just a couple spinnerbaits. I got the Guggen Squad spinnerbait. I got some mini spinnerbaits, 1 Black Strike King spinnerbait. So probably need to get more spinnerbaits, but this is the box I keep them in. All right, after a short intermission because my camera died, we are back. And this box has all my smaller bass fishing stuff in it. It's got rooster tails, spoons, little swim baits, Ned rigs, pre-done Ned rigs. Really anything you'd need for bass that's a little bit smaller, like follow-up baits. But one thing I have in here that's not smaller is this big monster rooster tail. I don't really think it's a bass fishing bait. I think it's a musky bait or a pike bait. But I got it in there anyway just in case. I do want to catch a bass on it this year. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I do hope to catch a bass on it this year. Alright, next up is my hard bait box. So what this box contains is all my jerk baits, my crank baits, my bladed jigs, my jigs, really anything in here that I'd consider a hard bait that I need. It also has jointed swim baits, so yeah, all kinds of different stuff in here. I actually need a couple more of these boxes so I can organize it a little bit better, but pretty good box for what it is, and it serves its purpose well. Alright, box-wise, last but certainly not least is my top water box. The top water box has all my frogs, rats, spiders, poppers, hula poppers, jitterbugs. It's got all the whopper ploppers, the walking baits, and it has one really cool bait that I haven't got to try out yet, but I'm really excited to try out this year. I got it in the mystery tackle box. I just hooked myself. I got it in the mystery tackle box. Give me a second. I got a hook in my finger. Alright, so I got the hook out of my finger. This is the bait that I wanted to talk about. Got it in the mystery tackle box. It's called the Hound. I've never really fished it before, but it looks really cool, and really excited to try this out this year. Alright, so last but certainly not least is my soft plastics. I have 2 different boxes with soft plastics in them. I have worms, just strictly worms. Then I have a box with creature baits, swim baits, anything like that for soft plastics. So let me grab those real quick. Alright, first off, I think this is my worm box that strictly has worms in it. No, it's not. This is my creature bait box, so there you go. Just made a bit of a mess. But yeah, that's my creature bait box. I have to pick all that up. Give me a second. Alright, as you can see there, I'm not going to tip this one out too, but yeah, there's all my worms for this year. Got curly tails, Ned rig worms, got Senkos, it's got any kind of worm you would ever need. So with that, thank you all so very much for watching. I also have like pliers and I have line, stuff like that, but I don't really think you guys want to see that too much, but thank you guys so very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you enjoyed, and yeah, have a great rest of your day. Peace.